Hey family, welcome back to Buzzworthy Veterans. I'm your host, Ant Stroud. Today I bring you a man of many talents, Dan Kuepper with FIS. Dan, thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks, Ant. Thanks for having me.
So I was talking a little bit offset with you about your military career, and it is astronomically amazing. So many things you've done, but give us a little brief history on how that military service went for you.
Well, 24 years in the United States Navy. Ended up as a senior chief petty officer. Worked as a sonar technician, so looking for submarines from surface ships during that time.
Nice.
Also started my instructing career in 1996 at a place called the Surface Warfare Officer School Command in Newport, Rhode Island. And we'll talk later, but we eventually parlayed that into an actual career besides just hunting submarines.
That's pretty cool. Like, I mean, what do you want to do in your life? I want to go hunt submarines.
It's fun. It's science and it's leadership and it's tactics, and there's just so many interesting aspects that so struck me.
So you did 24 years. What was your number one, if you had to pick one, was your favorite duty station?
Ooh, good question. I would say probably USS Roosevelt, which I served on there twice. So I was a plank owner when she was commissioned here in Jacksonville,
Nice.
Florida, and then I went back. So I actually served all the ranks, all my final ranks, E5 through E8 on that ship.
Wow. I mean, that's awesome. I bet you got a lot of experience of that, being a plank owner, seeing that. Because, I mean, when we first commission ships or any kind of thing, it's not like it was smooth sailing. It's a lot of changing, always changing until you get the right formula. So I bet that taught you a lot of leadership and a lot of flexibility.
Exactly. It's funny. People often think military folks are so conditioned to a certain way of doing things. But actually, one of our greatest assets is our flexibility. Yes, we have a plan, and one of my favorite little sayings is, a bad plan is better than no plan, because at least you can change a bad plan.
You are correct. Awesome. Well, thank you for your 24 years. I tried it. I only got to 9. But,
Well,
you know,
you
I'm
were
in the
there
reserves
too.
now. So.
You were there too, so thank you.
Yeah. Tell us about FIS.
So FIS is headquartered here in Jacksonville, Florida. We are the world's largest provider of fintech technology in a company you probably never heard of. So we actually have 3 divisions. We have a banking and payments. So when your bank processes your transactions, that's probably running on our software. If you get a credit card with your cat on it or one of your military logos, that's probably our software doing that also. We have capital markets, which handles your investments. So when the stock market closes every day and the IRA account you might have, it's going to process the prices for it. And then we also have merchant solutions where, you know, if you're tapping your card somewhere or using your Apple iPay, the software that's behind that is probably our software. So
Wow.
do a lot of stuff, but nobody exactly knows who we are.
You're behind the curtains.
We are behind the curtains.
The Wizard of Oz, the man behind the curtains, huh?
Yeah, we are. We do move $9 trillion worth of transactions every year.
Oh my gosh. So what do you do with the company?
So I work for Global Learning within FIS, and I actually have 2 positions that I fill. I'm the Global Learning Lead for the FIS University Program, which takes in recent college graduates in their first positions or people new to the fintech industry. And as part of that, we work to develop them over 2 years. So I run the learning components of that, developing learning weeks or things that would apply to any business, and then also trying to assist the businesses in the specific skill development these new hires need.
Wow, that's awesome. So I am not tech savvy whatsoever. I have an Apple, but I don't know what to do with half the stuff that Apple gives me.
Gotcha.
But what exactly is fintech?
Fintech is any technology that can help move money or transfer payments. So when you take a picture of that check for that online check deposit, the system's got to recognize what that check is, check all the numbers, get the routing number on the very bottom of it, and then process that transaction to another bank so the money shows up into your account.
Oh, well, that makes a lot of sense now. See, I like that.
There you go.
All right, so tell us about the transition you had.
I did participate in the TAP program on my exit from the United States Navy, and that was helpful. That told you some things to expect. I think for me, I knew in my current role in the Navy, hunting submarines, there's not a lot of civilian positions you can do that in. I think I did kind of expect that I would work for Northrop or one of the other contractors or systems folks that I'd worked with before. But I also found I did have a passion for training. I've been doing that since 1996 when I was in the Surface Warfare Officer School Command. So trying to translate my skills from all that military service into something an employer would understand and see my value was probably one of my biggest challenges.
Gotcha.
Also, understanding my true worth. you're very used to earning a certain paycheck. And then you hear often the grass is greener on the other side. So you can have some higher expectations, but then truly finding your worth is important.
Well, that's awesome. And I know that with the transition, there can be so much stress, but attending TAPS that sailors do, and even going beyond that with certain nonprofits such as Operational Uniform, Wounded Warrior, there's just so many things out there for vets, and it sounds like you utilize TAPS to its fullest potential, and which led you to a very successful civilian career.
They do. And those programs are great because they help highlight things you hadn't thought about. You're gaining experience from people who are already in the marketplace or have been doing this. One of the things I remember distinctly our TAP instructor talking about was how to dress professionally. You know, the right color combinations to wear together.
Things you never think about.
Things you never think about.
Yeah. Well, I want to jump back. You said something about interns or people coming in who are just learning the systems and stuff like that for that program and stuff. How do you do that, or how does that play out in your world?
So in our world, we look for college graduates. We also do run an internship program here in North America. And our internship program was ranked in the top 100 in the United States by Way Up last year.
Wow.
So
congrats.
Thank you. We bring the interns in, we test them out, we hope to offer them full-time positions. But any recent college grad or recent person to fintech could join our organization. Awesome. You're going to join in any different discipline. So you did mention you're non-technical. Well, there's plenty of customer service positions or project management positions or sales positions. So this is just a program. We are one of the companies, when you read a job posting, especially as a veteran, you'll sometimes see, well, they want X experience in something. Can you demonstrate that through your resume and your skills? In this program, you don't need those 2 years worth of skill because we're going to help you develop it.
That's awesome, and that sounds like a great program for somebody to get started with a new life after an amazing career in the military.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Well, if somebody wanted to sign up for that program, or how do they go about reaching out to apply for that internship?
So they can simply visit the FIS website at fisglobal.com and go to our careers page, and you'll see all those things highlighted, and they're currently posted right now for the FIS University program and the FIS Intern program. Plus, you don't have to be in that program. There are plenty of other positions open that your military service and some of the things you could do, project management, logistics, some of the computer tech skills our veterans would have, they're all positions you could apply for also.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here, and welcome to the family.
You.
All right, family, if you want to learn more about FIS, please visit iwannabuzz.com. That's going to do it for this episode of Buzzworthy Veterans. I'm your host, Ant Stroud. Remember, always vets, always family. I'll see you next time.